Hi everyone, welcome back to Little Books Great Stories. I'm Samantha Nair. Today I will be reviewing the book called Stormbreaker by Anthony Horowitz. This action thriller is popular among young adults, and it is the first book of the Alex Rider series. So if you like it, then great, because there are 13 more books that go with it. Stormbreaker is about a 14-year-old boy named Alex Rider, who is raised by his uncle, Ian Rider, because his parents died in a car accident when he was born. And Alex has always been very close to his uncle. Ian Rider is a man who works at a bank called the Royal and General. The book starts off with Alex waking up to a doorbell ringing at 3 a.m. Turns out his uncle died in a car accident because he wasn't wearing a seatbelt. Alex couldn't believe this because it was so uncharacteristic of his meticulous uncle. Later, at his uncle's funeral, Alex meets many men who say they worked at the bank with Ian Rider. And this is when Alex realizes how much he doesn't know about his uncle. It's like his whole life was a mystery the entire time he was living. Suspicion rises as Alex sees a man who also supposedly worked at his uncle's bank carrying a gun with him. And this is England. The story is set in England, and in England only high-ranked officials like police officers can carry guns, and this man was a banker. Events take a turn as Alex finds out that all of Ian Rider's things have disappeared. Who could have stolen them? After all this drama, Alex decides that he wants to go and find out what really happened to his uncle by himself. So he goes to this car junkyard where he finds his uncle's car. And that is when Alex finds the shocking truth. His uncle didn't die in a car crash because all over the car there were bullets. Alex's investigation provokes him to go into his uncle's office. There he finds this mysterious file named Stormbreaker. When Alex is about to open the Stormbreaker file, two men walk into the room and shoot Alex. What happened to Alex? Who really is Ian Rider? What is a Stormbreaker? And what are all the missing links? Find out as you read the book. Now for the rating. I would rate this book a 2.5 out of 5. This is by far, I guess, the lowest rating that I've given to a book. This is for many reasons. One, the naming of the characters. Some characters had some names that made the book less realistic, like Mr. Grin or Alan Blunt. I don't know what it's like there in England, but for me that made it less realistic because you see Alan Blunt, his last name is Blunt. He himself is a very blunt, ordinary, lifeless man as described in the book. Then Mr. Grin, they say that he has a grin, he's like smiling, and his name is Mr. Grin. I just think it made it more like a children's book, giving the characters names according to their personality, because that's not really how it is in real life. Then another reason why I didn't like this book very much was because it was like a very traditional action thriller, very traditional mystery novel. The ending was very traditional, it was very common, too regular. Nothing really stood out to me. It wasn't very unique, so. Maybe towards the beginning, the middle, it was all good, but then as the story moved on, it was very cliche. Even if it won many awards, and it was like on the New York Times bestseller list, I didn't really like it very much. So go and read Stormbreaker by Anthony Horowitz and tell me if you didn't like the book as much as I didn't. And if you did like it, then please tell me what interested you so much. So do come back for more book reviews at Little Books Great Stories, and don't forget to subscribe.